All right, well, I don't see nobody join. It's been 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I want to talk about today is it a bad time to be a truck driver? Now, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube where people saying like right now is a bad time to become a truck driver. And to me, I don't believe in discouraging people. And you don't know what their dream might be. And what people need to realize, a lot of the guys and the people that's saying something about it's a bad time to be a truck driver, they are owner operators. Owner operators is a whole different ball game than just being a truck driver. They have their own business. So of course they dealing with stuff different than what you would as just becoming a beginning of to be a truck driver. Um, right now for an owner operator, I think it will be like insane to get into something like that right now because for one, with inflation, it didn't like just turned everything upside down. Like I remember you can get a truck, say a truck with like 600,000 miles on there. It'll cost like I say like 40 or $50,000, right? Now, since the inflation, a truck that has like 800,000 to 1,000,000 miles on it, that same truck costs $100,000, and it would be like if totally insane to buy a truck with all them miles on it like that for 100,000. That's like a house, and you paying that much money for a truck that possibly could break down on you because when they get that amount of miles, it's usually around the time you need to get the motor and the transmission rebuilt on. So that's like a big risk to take because that could end up making you to where you just done like you $100,000. Like even if you don't get any loads or anything, you still gonna owe that $100,000 to the loan company that you went to. If you know anything about business, you'll avoid doing something like that. But if you in your life right now, you feel like you're not making the money that you want to be making, because everybody amount of money of good money be different. Say for instance, like to me, if I'm making $200-300 a week, something like that, or less, that's not really a good amount of money for me to survive off of. So I feel like, man, I need to be trying to bust a move and do something else. So that's what I'd be doing. I'd be trying to find some type of way to make more money, and truck driving would be a good avenue for you because you will go from making $200-300 a week to maybe 800 a week, or maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500 a week. For some people that ain't really making no money like that, that's great. That's life changing for somebody, because that's like you done went from making that much in a month to making that in a week. The thing is, where a lot of people that start driving truck, beginners, they make a lot of mistakes. What happens is like you're not used to making that kind of money, and you start creating bills for yourself. Nah, that's the wrong way to approach it. Like what you need to do is, okay, so I survived all this time making 200-300. So like I can survive now for real because I'm making more. You just live below your means. Don't start getting more stuff. Don't get like a bigger house now. Don't get a new Hellcat and all that, because every time you add them bills in, you decreasing the amount that you really have, and you ain't saving no money. You just spending. So now not only are you messed up money wise, but you kind of locked into the job that you're doing. If you leave that job, or the job leave you, like they just up and just go all of a sudden. We seen a lot of that during COVID. You messed up because like now you got all these bills you got to pay, and you depending on them to give you a check every day. You don't want to put yourself in a predicament like that. What you want to do is, like, if you making that kind of money, and you used to making the other kind, just put $250 every week to the side. Just save it. By the end of the year, you should have 12 grand saved up. That's 12 because 250 a week. That's five. That's $1,000 a month that you save. So that's $12,000 you have saved up after a year. I think that's a good amount of time for you to learn the truck industry. You can learn everything about that truck, um, how much things cost, tires, how to take it to the shop, getting oil change. You can learn a whole lot of stuff. You learn how to run routes. You can learn everything you need to know in the whole year. Some people, if you're doing some specialized stuff or you want to get into some specialized stuff, it might take you a little longer. But still, you got 12 grand now. Now, if you smart, what I would do, even though I got that 12, I try to save a little more. I go like half a year, another half a year. That's 6,000 on top of that. Now, now you to put yourself in a better boat because like now, if you used to put 10 down, you still have a little money left over, just in case anything happened. Because when you become an owner operator, if you was to buy a truck or whatever, you you gonna have like some other costs. You're gonna have like permits and stuff you gotta buy. You gotta get DOT numbers. I mean a whole bunch of stuff. So you're gonna need some extra money on top of that. You're gonna need a cushion, basically. You're gonna need some. But if you're not going the route of trying to become an owner operator, still having that amount of money saved up like that is good because you to put you or your family in a better boat. If something that happen, you got that little nest egg to the side to cover y'all if anything happen. If you got a car right now and the car ain't messed up, it's running good or whatever, keep driving that same car. If anything, it ain't that major going wrong with it, just get the little things fixed on there and keep driving that same car. Half the time you're gonna be on the road anyway, so it ain't no use to you going to buy no brand new expensive car, 70, $80,000 car that you don't really need, that you ain't gonna drive like that for real. Same thing with a house or something that you paying rent on. You really don't need nothing expensive like that because most of the time you're gonna be in the truck, sleeping in the truck. It just be you throwing money away. Now, if you got a family, I understand. You still gotta take care of them while you gone and stuff like that. But you got to make some sacrifices, like sacrifice a year, just to keep doing what you was doing. I mean, unless it's something that's like some kind of medical emergency, like where you can't be in the house because it got asbestos in it or mold or something like that, then I understand you having to move or get something better. But if you were surviving that place all this time, just wait. You'll pay off in the end, I promise you. What else? All right. Another thing I want people to want you to understand, like when it comes to people saying that it's not a good time to get into trucking. I don't think that it will ever be a time where trucking won't be in. Um, if you was to let's just look at your house where you live at right now. Every single thing in that house came from the truck, from the roof all the way down to the foundation of that house. It came here on a truck. Even your toothpaste, your toothbrush, everything you got, it had to get here by a truck. Like the truck is the people that take stuff to the last destination. It might come by boat, plane, but we take the stuff to the last destination. So it's always gonna be opportunity out there for truck drivers. Now it has been talking, it is some robotics or whatever that start getting put in trucks where they like driving and stuff like that. But if you smart, what you would do is you move with the time. Like if they start putting robots in the truck, hey, go take some classes on learn how to fix robots. It don't take much for you to go do that. You go. It's on community colleges to teach that class. To repair robotics and stuff like that. Just move with the time, and also just try to keep up with everything. Learn as much as you can while you're driving. That, and don't sit there and be too much worried about it because that can be very future tense. Because just if you think about it, uh, any type of electronic, it fails. It has like likelihood of some kind of failure. Even computers that had errors and stuff like, and when they had errors, who they had to have fix it? A human has to fix it. A human have to program computers. They have to do all this stuff. Humans have to do everything. Even though it's a robot, humans have to put their information in it. So it's like I said, it's always gonna be opportunity for truck drivers. Don't listen to what people say. If you need to go out there and do what you need to do, go do it. I remember when I first started driving, people telling me that and it was all older men used to always say that to me. Used to be like, "Man, you don't want to do that. Don't do this and don't do that, man. Man, I heard them truck drivers this and that. Like, ain't none of them drove no truck, but they was trying to discourage me of doing it and stuff. But I wasn't making no money like that, man. I was struggling. I had was working at a job for like 5 years, man, and it just went panning out. I was paying all these bills and stuff, and I don't even know how I was even making it for real because I was making like $600 a month. What I'm gonna do with that? With a child and a wife, $600. Man, I can't do nothing with that. So man, I took that chance, and I'm glad I did because it ended up paying off. I ended up doing way better than what I was. And then like a lot of stuff when I was young, I got in trouble and stuff like that, and I kind of messed myself up where I had to like do a do over or whatever, get a second chance. And I felt like truck driving was my second chance. It was my chance to like get to the money that I felt like I deserved. Like I always been a hard worker and stuff, but when I was in school, I got put out, so I didn't get to finish. But I did, go get my GED, and I went to college. I scored high enough on the GED test to be able to get a scholarship, and I went to college for a little while. But I feel like truck driving is a job where it's like basically it's one of the highest paying jobs you can get without no degree. Because I know people that have degrees don't even make as much as a truck driver. They work at Walmart, or like I got a homeboy, he a police officer. It just it is what you make it, man. I wouldn't tell you, like I said, I can't tell you not to do it. If that's what you want to do and what you need to do, do it. Don't just sit around depressed, messed all over, worried about all this stuff. Like, man, I heard they be away for a long time. Man, I ain't gonna be able to see my kids. I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like, long as you sit there and be worried about all this stuff, time just gonna be flying by, and you could have been and went ahead and did it and seen what it's like because you're not gonna know until you try it. So just try it. What else I got? Well, last thing I'm gonna talk about is just just like I said, just doing you. Go to truck drive school with a positive attitude. It's gonna be some people there that's gonna be negative, that's gonna be trying being all in your head, tell you negative stuff. Just like when you were at jobs, like you'll be at work sometime, and people just be negative. They'll tell you all kind of stuff about stuff shouldn't be this way, or they don't like this, they don't like that, and start put like poison you with all that negativity. They gonna be the same way at truck drive school. Like some people gonna be like make you feel like you can't, especially if you like doing something new, like trying to drive a manual. Manual ain't as hard as people be making it. I didn't know anything about no manual. Then none of the guys that started with me did, and it felt like it was hard, but it wasn't. Like when I think about it, like it wasn't hard. Like it was just you taking your time. We was like so much stuff just going around in our head, just like, man, we got to get this done. Cause like when I went to truck drive school, they only gave us a week to learn. Like we went through like a crash course. Like I went through a company that paid for our school, so they gave us a week to learn. You start Sunday night. If you don't know how to drive the stick by Wednesday, at least know how to shift by Wednesday, they took sent you back home, and that was kind of like stress. and pressure on you. So you trying to rush and like learn all this stuff. But like if you go to a regular church or high school, you be in there for a month, 2 months sometimes. You got plenty of time to practice and learn and stuff. And I know if we can learn something in a week, you can definitely learn it in a month. Just take that chance. I promise you, man. You will not regret it, man. There's some people out here, they making very good money. I'm telling you, I done seen it for myself. I done some of everything in trucking, and it be some checks out there. I'm telling you, like some life changing checks. But you gotta be that grinder. You gotta be that person that's gonna get out there and work when don't nobody else wanna work. I know it was times when I went to like New York or New Jersey, in a company that I work for, they'll throw me a load out there, throw me an offer, and I knew didn't nobody want to drive out there. So when they threw the offer out there, I'd be like, nah, like, can I get a little bit more money off of it? And then they'll be like, well, we got to send it out to some old drivers. And if down none of them accept it, then we'll like consider give you more money. I'm like, okay, do what you gotta do. But I already knew what time it was. So next thing you know, they'll come back. They'll be like, okay, how much you looking for? I tell them. I end up making a lot of money. I remember I made 400 to go 10 miles just to get some because it was hazmat. It was the liquid they used to make paint. It wasn't even that dangerous like that for real. But I made 400 to go like 10 minutes down the road. There's New York, the same thing. I done went to New York so many times and drove. I done drove in the Bronx, Brooklyn. I mean, all the places where it ain't made for no trucks. To me, when you go and experience stuff like that, they basically put stripes on you. It make you a better driver. You gotta like take that chance. You gotta go out there and do the stuff that other drivers won't do. They put me in a position that I am now. Like I train other drivers. I teach them what to do now because they be so afraid to take them the lead, them chances like that. Man, I can't do this. I can't bad. Yes, you can. Why you can't? Why you can't? Anybody else do it, you can do it too. But I guess that's gonna be it. Hopefully next time some folks come through or something. Man, this I don't know, this sad right here, man. Nobody gonna check it boy out, man. It's all good though. I guess I'm gonna stay for I stay on here for just a few more minutes. Give y'all just a little more time. I'm gonna be